Of course, you're going to have some commonly asked questions when it comes to setting up your macronutrients, and that is completely understandable. Are the calories too low? Are they too high? Are they just right? Well, we're going to be like Goldilocks and the Three Bears there, and we're going to try and find the right one for you. What we're going to do is we're going to set them out. As Julie says, the autonomy is yours. We're going to give you the videos, the guides to make sure that you set the calories up correctly, but they can always be changed and everything is fixable. So Julie's got a couple of commonly asked questions.
Yes. So first of all, it's our gift to you was giving you that macro calculator, and the reason for that is so that you understand it and you can run off into the world after these 10 weeks or further and do it on your own, okay? So question is more about low and slashing calories. Chris, talk to me about it. So I've had a few, Julie, I'm on 1,200 calories, or Julie, I'm on 1,800 calories. Is that too much, too little? Talk to me about it.
Your automatic response is going to be to go as low as you possibly can, and it's not correct. You may think it will be right, but when you realistically do it, if you set yourself at, say it's 1,645 calories you were given, and you've worked that out, the time you've maybe put yourself in a calorie deficit, and you think, I'm going to go to 1,200, the realistic odds on this is you're never going to stick to 1,200, nor have you ever stuck to 1,200 calories, because you'll be going past the kitchen and nibbling at things, or setting out people's breakfast and maybe nibbling the bits of cornflakes, and all these wee types of things will constantly add up. Be honest with yourself and give yourself a realistic amount of calories. Remember, your body needs a certain amount of calories just to function. And all we're asking you to do is think logically here. You are going to be incorporating training, you're going to be incorporating steps, and the main purpose is we're going to try and be getting you moving that wee bit more as well. So you do need enough calories to keep your body going. So don't go too low too soon, and also don't be a greedy bastard and go too high too quickly, okay? Your calories can gradually build up as your training and your output goes higher, but until then, let's keep them at the calories we set.
The other thing is, if you are totally new to this process, i.e. tracking, right, or you've not done it for a while, and you jump straight in and calculate your calories and macro breakdown, and you basically start aiming for this number, it's not really great, to be honest. What you should do, or what Chris and I would recommend you do, is just track what you eat, right?
Realistically,
yeah.
Be real.
So it's like, if you eat the biscuits, drink the wine, eat the cakes, maybe dial it down a wee bit, but you need to track what you eat, because you could possibly be eating 3,000 calories. Then you've just calculated your macros out and it's telling you, say, 1,700. You're literally slashing 1,300 calories out your day. Is totally unrealistic. So if you're in that boat and you do, on a day-to-day basis, eat 3,000 calories, you would be gradually pulling that down. So take away 250, 300 calories and eat that, and then again, we pull it down again. But what we don't want is you going hungry, getting crazy, getting mad, getting angry. This is a long time, long life process, not just a 10-week quick hit, right? So we need you to learn what your body needs. So the other thing, Chris, was about the length of time to be on a specific calorie number. What would you say to that?
It really depends on you. As you're sort of going through this, you are going to maybe see your weight gradually come down. With it coming down, it doesn't necessarily mean that you drop your calories straight away. What you need to think about is you've maybe went from one training session a week and now you're up at 4. You going and dropping the calories is not going to be giving your body enough fuel to keep it going. Also, same as if you're moving more, you're doing more. Remember, you're going to get hungry. As you sort of train, you're burning calories, you are going to be more hungry. So make sure you are eating enough. What I would say is run with it. If you're seeing the results, keep it going. And at that point, then we can talk about readjusting your calories. But as we always say, make sure you're being real. If you are in a calorie deficit and you are physically walking and moving more and you're training more and you tell me that nothing is happening, then I think you need to have a word with yourself and be realistic and go, am I talking shite, and should I actually knuckle down, track and be real? I need you to be realistic, right? See, for instance, if you've got kids or you've got grandkids or nieces and nephews or anything like that, what I would say is a big common thing for like mums and dads, for instance, is nibbling off your kids' plates. if you take a turkey dinosaur, for instance,
Chicken nugget.
they all have calories in them, right? So having 2 chicken nuggets is something like 222 or 230 calories for 2 chicken nuggets, which is quite surprising. I mean, I even shocked myself.
Or the bits of pasta out the bowl or the plate or the pot.
All these calories don't randomly disappear because you didn't put them in your MyFitnessPal. They are real. So this is why we're saying be realistic when you're sort of tracking. If you're wanting that bit of chocolate, by all means, have the bit of chocolate, but make sure you're counting it. And just be honest.
You have been given a set number of calories and you've got to 10 o'clock at night and you're like, oh my God, I need to go and wire down another 250 calories. Just calm down, you don't. Save them. Bank them. Keep them for Friday, Saturdays or Thursday, Friday, Saturday or whatever. If you've got extra calories, you don't need to start raiding the fridge or the cupboards just to get them in, right? The idea is if you can bank them, then you can use them to maybe have that cheeky wee drink or takeaway or something extra at the weekend.
It's a beautiful savings fund.
Exactly. Your calories are currency. Use them wisely.
Make sure your meals have got volume in it now. By volume, I mean, if you're sitting pouring out a bowl of granola in the morning, you think that's me being healthy because Janet told me that granola is really, really good. Well done to Janet. But what I'm trying to tell you is make sure you're doing it, it's going to be filling you up. So, for instance, instead of that bowl of granola, you could maybe have a big bowl of 0% or 5% Greek yogurt with some oats in there. You could have a wee breaking bits of chocolate. You could have raspberries, blueberries, like anything like that. And you could have all these type of things. And then all of a sudden that bowl is much bigger than Janet's wee bowl of granola. And these are type of things you want to think about. It's like, oh, well, I could have that big bowl of pasta. No, well, what you could do is you could have a smaller bowl of pasta. But what you could maybe do is, if it's a nice summer's day, you could have like a pasta sort of salad with chicken. So it could be a smaller portion, but then all of a sudden you get a big salad with like tomatoes, onions, all these type of nice vegetables in it. It looks colourful, it looks more appealing. And also what you can do is you can load it up with things like your protein. Your protein could be coming from packets. It could be a packet of chicken. It could be your own chicken that you've made yourself. It could be anything like that. Tins of tuna, all these type of things. But remember, we want to make sure we get the protein sources in there, and we want our meals to look full and beautiful.
So because you've decided to track does not mean that you cannot go to places like Starbucks, McDonald's or these other takeaway places that you would tend to frequent, right? However, so you can still carry out that habit, say you go maybe once or twice a week to Starbucks, but why don't you make a different choice? You don't need to get a caramel frappuccino that's all singing, all dancing with fireworks in it and like it's 500 calories of a drink. Just choose something else, like a cappuccino, a flat white, an Americano, get a wee top up of milk or something like that. Again, the same with McDonald's or fast food places. Obviously these are treats, but you don't need to get a meal plus 5 sides and the largest thing and everything and everything and everything. Just choose something smaller. Like all the calories are on these boards now. This tracking does not mean you don't need to have them. Just not always. Don't bulk on them. Don't live on them. They're nice there to be used as treats.
The other point we'd like to just cover is, yep, literally saying a lot of these places do now have calories on them, and it's really, really great to help and guide you throughout this whole process. The other thing is some of them don't. So you go to a nice Italian restaurant, you maybe go for a nice Chinese meal. That's absolutely fine. Pick smartly, right? You're choosing smart. If you're going for an Indian, don't pick the creamiest dish. Same in the Italian restaurant. Pick something more tomato-based, something along those lines. But what I would suggest is when you're entering it in, for instance, one of your trackers like MyFitnessPal, is you can type in, for instance, whatever meal you're having, like a chow mein, but make sure it has the carbs, fats and proteins in it. And the other thing is overestimate on it. See if you think it's that wee bit higher. Great. See if it's a full bowl and you think to yourself, I only had half of that. I guarantee you probably didn't have half of it. You probably did a wee bit more. So
You're
lying. Overestimate on it. Yes, it will take a wee bit more off your calories, but at the same point, it's giving you that bumper and it's covering your arse.
More often than not, people will come to Chris and I maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks into this programme and be like, my God, I've done everything right. I'm pure just eating avocados and I'm down on my calories and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and there's no shift, right? More often than not, what we find across the board is that generally there's maybe a wee white lie in there, right, on the tracking situation. There's maybe no that being 100% honest, like the eating off the kids' plates, the not tracking the oils, the sauces, the drinks, the milk and the drinks, the actual movement, the gym sessions, that kind of thing. So be honest, be realistic.
Be truthful to yourself.
Choose your hard, know what path it is you want to go down. Remember why you started, right? Just be honest, put everything into MyFitnessPal. It's you versus you, okay?
Things can only change if you start changing your habits. So, start changing your habits.